What's going on, everybody? I'm CaptainRoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell 3, Tormund's Quest 21!
Oh, that was a good intro. That gave me the chills. Do that. Do that again. No, never mind. That is such a great moment. Oh, let's go, baby!
What's up, guys?
Oh, hi, friends.
Oh, hello. This is Gale Everstorm. I was just, sitting here having someone bathe my feet while I thought about what I would do today for playing D&D.
Quit speaking, peasant!
You have thrown off the Emperor's Groove. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, Mr. Everstorm. I didn't mean to speak for you. I was just trying to speak through you.
I need more arrogant, old school, teenage Gale. We don't drive carts.
Listen, you clearly have never had the experience of having a driver.
Beautiful, man. Look at that beautiful storm Gale's conjuring up back behind him. He's green screened out. Hey, yo!
What do you guys think, chat? You like it?
Plug that Elgato green screen.
You can go to elgatogaming.com or Corsair.com.
It is nice compared to your alternatives. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. It's good to be back, gentlemen. Good to be back in the saddle.
After last week's cliffhanger, oh man.
God.
Oh,
Just a little dragon. It's fine.
Little one.
Hey, nothing like a chase scene to wake you up, right, gentlemen?
I'm not over here sweating.
Nice.
Radio, you got some announcements this week, my dude?
I'm so happy it's Thursday. I cannot wait to see what happens tonight on Tormund's Quest. We got a big night tomorrow. If you're a D&D fan and you love Game of Saving Throws, that's going down tomorrow night at normal time. We are in quite the sticky situation as we run into Svarvard, and it is going to get very interesting very quickly. And if you haven't seen it yet, I highly suggest you catch up on YouTube and get yourself up to date with the latest episode on that before it happens tomorrow.
Hey, kids, want to see your favorite character die?
What are you talking about? I'm on Thursdays. So.
No. Quit talking to me, peasant. There is only D&D on Thursdays.
These are just a construct.
Thursdays are for D&D. It's amazing. Also, a little joint news for me and me and Radio. I'm so excited about Destiny, I can't keep it in. Oh my God! The one thing I've been asking for since day one is finally gonna come true next season. Real transmog in Destiny 2.
Oh, baby! There it is. It's finally going to happen. I can finally take all the amazing gear that I'm getting in Trials of Osiris, all my favorite Trials gear that I will probably keep on, even when I don't even need it, and transmog it into more powerful, better, faster, stronger equipment.
I gotta get some of the Trials gear since I haven't done it at all this season. I need to go snag that gear now that we officially. It's true. It's true.
Of course, there's always a caveat. You can achieve transmog of your regular gear for either silver or in-game achievements.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be equally. It will probably be just as brutal as infusing things is right now. I'm sure it will completely wipe you.
but hey, can we get one for the Titans who have mathematically won Guardian games at this point?
I didn't know they announced that we had mathematically won.
No, Tassie did. Quite literally, if the hunters wanted to win, the warlocks are done. They can't even do it. They don't have a one win. If the hunters wanted to win, they need to win every single day. And at this point, the Titan flag is already at the top of the mast. That ain't gonna flip before reset. Because each one of these days for the rest of this week is all worth double. And math is there. They ain't gonna catch us. Crayon eater!
All 64 of them and the sharpener. It's in the box. Be shaking that thing out for shavings.
Ooh, melting them down and making a new color.
Ooh.
Transmog. No.
Oh, and here's the other thing. I noticed it because I read the TWAB today. They used transmog for the first time ever. They've been avoiding that term since the very beginning, and they actually used it in a published piece of Destiny Bungie material. I was so proud of them.
I just want some peach cobbler too.
Oh God, no, not again.
Not starting the cobbler this time, dude.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta make some cobbler.
I didn't get any cobbler last week. I was cobblerless.
Dude, the greatest was hanging out and watching the reruns and people like,
oh man, how do I get me? I want some cobbler now.
I need some goddamn cobbler.
Oh, there's the harsh nerd voice. Yeah, I need some goddamn cobbler.
Oh man.
Quell the storm in my belly.
Oh, dude, we went for a hard reset today, man. We updated the server, we updated OBS, we updated the router. It was about an hour long today that we were down. And I always know this when we reset, because for some reason, no matter what, my Go LXR does not re-enable the FX button. Even when I load the save file, it does not load the FX button. It beats me. I don't know, man. All the other settings come up. If that's the only one, more power to it, you know? Mr. Gale Everstorm, you got any announcements this week?
No, not any announcements this week. It's Thursday. I'm excited to find out what happens tonight. I missed you guys. I missed chat.
Oh.
And yeah, should be a good time. I hope.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
So I think the biggest announcement that I honestly have is there's a D20 that's been underneath my desk now for 2 weeks, and it's my birthstone, not my birthstone, and it's still down there. I'm thinking at intermission, I'm finally gonna pick that bad boy up.
But Captain, why would you bother picking it up when D&D Beyond has such a great system for subscribers right now to roll without even using dice?
And that's why I haven't picked it up. It's because it's amazing, it's intuitive, and it's just that damn easy, folks. God, that was a Sam Riegel level placement there. Radio, you were on your job, and you've even reminded me to, hey, you know what? I should probably at the point in time open up my character so I can do that.
Your character on D&D Beyond?
DndBeyond.com.
Wow.
But
You
no,
know what
seriously.
also is great is that I can see the map and all of its vibrancy on Roll20.
Oh, but yes, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Roll20 and DndBeyond.com. You're great. Thanks for inspiring and sponsoring our content and letting us live our best quarantine lives. Thank you guys very, very, very much. Like Radio said, we got one more episode of live D&D for the week tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. CST. Don't miss out, because that shit is going to be action-packed. I'm excited to see where the story goes, much as I am tonight. So we're going to hop right in the action and pick up where we left off. Back in Phandalin. After lighting funeral pyres, sending the dead from the Tower of Storms into another plane of existence. You guys got to bond a little bit around each other, campfire, eat some cobbler, head into town. Make your way to the guild hall. Run into a character from Friday night's campaign that just happens to be in town at the moment. Name of Magdrin. Even a small Randy cameo. As you guys, with full bellies and full hearts, made your way upstairs for a well-deserved rest. Both of you were racked with similar dreams. The same dream, exactly. Of your friend Arconan being chased by a massive thunderboar. Only to have that interrupted by a large white dragon in fields of ice. We're gonna add one more piece to that as you guys stir. Still in third person, looking back at frozen woods above, you can see an outcropping. A full hinge of stones on a large mound. That's the last vision you see. Whether you wake up in the middle of the night or your dreams take you elsewhere, that is yours to decide.
We're in the guild hall. After that, he's only dreaming about one thing.
I'm writing that down. I think that would be enough to probably stir a gale. And he'd probably kind of wake up and just kind of sit there for a bit and think and ponder, and like he's never had even like really a visual reference of Cryovane, and maybe it's just all of the traveling and all of the things that he's been doing that he's not accustomed to. Maybe this is some trick that Talos is playing on him. He's kind of confused and a little shaken, and it's kind of in his thoughts, and he kind of looks over and sees if Tormund's awake or if he's still sleeping. So he'll probably take a bit, deep breath, grab some more drink, slug it, and proceed to go back to sleep.
As Dirakt wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, as he always does, as an old dragonborn. Someday you Zoomers will understand. Goes to visit the old chamber pot. Notices the fire starting to settle out inside your room. As he looks at both of you guys tucked into your little adventure beds.
Oh, no, leave, no.
Cracks a little bit of a smile as he slides in like it's Christmas morning and goes and throws another log on the fire. Simply snaps his fingers, on his way out. Little semblance of the phoenix lights that flame and fireplace back up. And C2 heads back to his room to finish off his well-deserved rest. Go ahead and mark yourself for a long rest on your character sheets. Morning comes, fresh light shining in. Clean, crisp air flowing through. Not too much different than a wonderful spring morning like we had today. You can smell that fresh, almost rain, fresh water smell as it blows in.
It is already starting, I see.
What started, Gale?
You haven't even had coffee yet.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. It is fine.
Wait, is Dirakt up? Can I make the coffee?
I don't know. We should check.
You look and there's two stone mugs filled, sitting with coffee at the front desk, little writing desk that's near your door.
Son of a bitch.
How does he do that?
Well, something to do with being old and having to pee in the middle of the night.
Wonder what that is like. Oh, I am tired this morning. I need the coffee. Just takes it, just starts drinking it. Weird.
You're still thinking about the Tower of Storms, are you?
A bit. It is not something that I can easily just pass on. But no, I had weird dreams last night. It was different.
See things out here, I'll tell you right now. Had the craziest dream. I saw our Conan running through Everwinter Wood. A giant thunderboar was chasing after him, and Cryovane just destroyed that thing. And lifts up his coffee, takes a sip.
I had the same dream.
Wait.
Our Conan was running from a boar, a lightning boar, and then a white dragon came and decimated the area, and it was just shards of ice. And then there was some sort of stone,
like
something.
Stonehenge rocks on a mound, right?
Yes, it was. You had this dream too.
Yeah. I thought that was just a dream.
I just thought it was Talos or someone messing with me, but I had never seen Cryovane before. I assumed that is who it was. Because, I mean, whatever else would be a white fucking dragon out here.
All right, hold on. Gonna set his coffee down. Just open up the door. Dirakt, where the hell are you?
God damn it, boy! You don't have to shout. I'm right outside the hallway. Scream like a little baby when you want something. Goddamn coffee's on the desk, Tormund.
Now, get your ass in here. This is important.
I stand leaning in the doorway.
Gail and I had the exact same dream last night.
Well, how was she, boys?
Shut up! I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about Cryovane. We
Different
both
beast altogether.
trust me. If I was gonna choose my fight, I would pick her 10 times over than a giant fucking white dragon.
Same.
She could beat me all she wanted.
That's we're off topic. Let's get focused.
Yeah. Anyways, we both saw the same thing. We both saw our Conan running through the woods, being chased by a thunderboar, and Cryovane came right through, cutting that thing in half, scarring the land, turning it all to ice. And we saw another thing. Stonehenge rocks, stones on a large mound. I thought it was just a ghost in my mind of Lady Tanamir and the mound we found her in.
It had a hinge on it. No doubt there's some sort of religious rite or practice being there, but if you... There's two completely different mounds. The mound that Lady Tanamir was buried in is literally the hole they threw that dragon in. See, this makes the outline of its body and its curvature. You both had similar dreams of Cryovane.
No,
Not
the
similar.
same damn dream.
The way he describes it, it was identical. But why would I have a dream like this? It makes no sense. Do you think our Conan is in trouble? Is this something that we need to look into now? I don't really feel prepared to fight the dragon.
No one's ever prepared to fight a dragon. Could be a sign. Could be the manifestation of the actual distress that our friend is in. Could just be a referendum on our own mental state. We've been through a lot last week. Could be a projection of what we may see in the future. I tend to trust the inclination of that feeling in your gut when you've experienced something like that. Might be worth checking out. Tormund, you said that you saw Cryovane. Did you see large swaths of ice?
Looked like where it went through, it was frozen
Decimated.
forest, decimated for miles.
I couldn't even recognize it.
We have experienced that before, Gale. We have actually seen the same river that sends logs into Neverwood. Completely frozen over in spots. From Thunder Tree all the way into Neverwinter.
How do you... How do you stop something like that? Something that can change a landscape just by being there. It is one thing for a storm. Storms come and go. But a dragon who can alter the very ground you stand on.
Whole hell of a lot of courage. And a pinch of stupidity.
Well, I neither consider myself stupid or very courageous.
Tormund's gonna elbow Gale. That's what you got me for. Got all the stupid you need.
Makes you feel any better, Gale? No one's gonna look at you and ever think that you're a dragon slayer either. But for anyone who's actually stood next to you would certainly know otherwise. And that's what's important.
It's a unique perspective. Almost like the element of surprise. Do we know where to start? I don't recognize from the dream where it was.
Me, it looked like it was outside the old Talcot's hunting lodge. About that place where I showed you how to skin that deer.
Probably wouldn't hurt to go back and check on the fate of the old lodge either.
I don't know. We set some serious traps in that thing. Maybe if the horde that didn't, maybe the horde didn't chase it down, we might want to take those things down so regular folk don't get hurt going through there.
On second thought, remembering just how much we did to Falcon's Lodge, we may want to let it marinate just a bit longer.
Stormy takes a big gulp of his coffee. Probably a good idea.
Well, I'm certainly down to investigate further. We still have no idea what these damn acolytes have been doing in the blight in the woods. I'm assuming it's how they're conjuring these abilities from Talos, if I were to guess. It's just a very crude and rudimentary way of going about it. But I guess that's what you have to do when you're not a human lightning rod, eh? Yeah.
Well, whatever it is and whatever they're doing, we can't let them continue. I don't know how you take down a dragon, let alone a court of people like me. But sacrificing and wasting life like that for some selfish mean. Listen to myself. Jesus.
If this is true, at least it's a pleasant distraction from Cryovane destroying any of the populace.
Do you think Cryovane feels threatened?
Not a chance. There's one thing I know about white dragons, Gil. They get bored. They get bored real quick. It's been picking on townsfolk, farmers, the defenseless. White dragons like to play with their food. They like it a lot better when it fights back. They're sport hunters. There's no doubt in my mind that those thunder boars that we have encountered are the biggest damn game that we have to deal with in this entire area. Maybe except for those big ass bugs we saw, Tormund. I don't necessarily want to see those again either.
No, but think about it. Direct. How do you trap?
How do I trap what?
How do you trap anything? You gotta lay a trap that your prey can't resist. We just gotta figure out what the hell it wants to get at next. Call it premonition, call it whatever. Those dreams that Gale and I had, maybe it's just pointing us in the right direction. Maybe that's where we head next. And even if we don't find a big ass thunderboar we can put on a hook and dangle in front of Cryovane, maybe there's something in that Stonehenge mound that we can use as bait to pull Cryovane out for a little challenge.
I like where your head's at.
Gotta fish where the fish are, right?
I like where your head's at. Well, those Thunderboard do make a hellacious event when they're conjured. If he has been chasing Thunderboards, it will no doubt catch his attention. He can see out the entire area. As I lean up and out the window. See, Gale? See the Sword Mountains in the backdrop here? That
Yes.
bastard is right up there. Set atop some old dwarven ruins. We caused a big enough stink. You'll see it.
Take a whole whole herd of thunderboars to get the job done. If it doesn't kill us in the meantime,
That
be a
is my
great
worry.
distraction.
We struggled with 5.
That was 5 regular boar and 1 thunder boar.
You're not helping the case here. You're making it worse. This is sounding stupider as I listen. You want to find specific boars that have been blessed or cursed by Talos, gather them all up so that they make a big enough ruckus to attract Cryovane, some powerful dragon, to come fight them. And when he comes to fight them, we fight Cryovane and the boars. Just the 3 of us. Am I understanding this plan correctly?
Either that or we got a little good recon on exactly what that old dragon can do.
That would make more sense. I think understanding your foe more is good. Being prepared is good.
There's also something to be said about the element of surprise. If this is true and this is a premonition, we may have an opportunity to strike gales that we can't turn down.
Besides, we owe it to Arconan either way. Either he's in trouble, or he's gonna be in trouble. We gotta go into those woods.
That I agree with. I will back your play. I'm in.
Good. I gotta drink this coffee, have my first BM of the morning, and we'll stock up and get on the road.
As you do.
Oh.
What?
Dirakt. Filter that through your old socks?
Mine's fine. A little bit of hazelnut in it, too.
Tastes fine to me.
How many times have I told you, you don't put flavors in coffee?
What? It was just,
What? Why would you not put flavors in coffee? Coffee by itself is boring.
You want to taste the origin of the bean. I've explained this to you many times. You want to taste where the coffee is from. The land and the soil and everything flavor the coffee itself. You add all those extra flavors to it, you damage what the coffee is trying to tell you.
You can scream at me all you want, but you can have a conversation with those little old ladies downstairs, and I'm sure they'll look at you with eyes that will slap your mouth shut, Tormund.
Miss Magrin who fed us last night?
Miss Magrin's not downstairs, but the rest of the blue hairs are.
That lady scares me.
Yes. You know, honestly, we should take her with us. She'd probably scare Cryovane.
There's not
Beat him to death.
there's not a soul in this plane that's not scared of that wooden spoon.
How is your ear, by the way?
Talking about that.
Well, I guess we have some things to do then.
I sip on my hazelnut flavored coffee.
I think it's great.
Not bad at all, actually.
I enjoy it.
The boy's just been on the road too long. Yeah. He's
He's
always a little
grumpy.
he's a little grumpy before his BM.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember, where's the John in this place?
It's down the
Not
hallway,
here.
boy.
Oh, no, watch out, Direkt. Oh, God, we're running my way.
The biggest dragon turtle you'll ever see, Gale.
I don't want to see it, actually, ever. I would be perfectly fine if I never saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's coming out sideways.
I just shut the door. Ugh. All right. I think I'm gonna get a little mid-morning smoke. Take in this breeze downstairs. You can catch me out by the front door, Gale. I
Get ready.
begin to pack my pipe and head downstairs.
Gil will go to the window and he'll kind of look up into the mountains just for a bit and just kind of like think to himself, Cryovane could be watching right now. Oof. And then he'll start gathering up his stuff and he'll head down and see if he can grab like a quick little to-go meal. Like, you know, it's like a couple biscuits or something and head outside. Gets outside. Direkt, we might be here for another 10 minutes. I don't know. I think Tormund is struggling. It's either that or he's in danger. There was screaming and some confusion. I think he was crying at one point. I'm not sure. But,
Oh, man. I can tell you right now that in addition to that wooden spoon, that's right there is why I'm afraid of Magdren. That food. Oh, man. How do you look so put together, Gale? You can't tell me that doesn't do something to your innards. That just makes you want to unleash the beast.
Right. First thing, and I cast Prestidigitation on him.
Disgusted Gale.
And now you look put together.
I washed my hands.
Did you, though?
I even sang happy birthday to myself.
Twice?
You're supposed to do it twice?
Yes.
All right, well, then, turnabout's fair play. It was only one time, so no, twice next time, I guess.
It is important to be able to present yourself if, suffice to say, you have a last-minute intrusion from some important guest or something like that. It's always good to be able to quickly be presentatory.
Are you
Welcome.
sure you weren't in on the second part of my dream I had last night?
I don't know if I want to know the second part of your dream. Did it involve the Guildmaster?
Let's leave it
What
at that.
was her name? What was her name again? The Guildmaster?
Dirakt. We got to stock up on anything before we get out of town?
I forget her name. It is Dirakt. What is the name of the Guildmaster again?
Her name was Halia. Yeah, old Halia.
Kalia. I
Yeah.
wonder if she's in.
Yeah, she's probably actually making an honest wage right now, unlike the rest of us.
Thanks, Dirakt.
No problem.
Let's go get some more biscuit, mate. Go get some more spam. Okay, take care of a few provisions. Need a couple of javelins, and let's get the hell on the road.
Let's do it.
All right. Go ahead and take off. For everything that you need, Tormund, go ahead and take 40 gold off of your list.
Got it.
Gonna be able to stock up over at Baratheon's Provisions. You can see this. Gotten himself a couple of new oxen since you've last been out there. But he'll get to get a couple scruffs and pets.
Stay away from those white dragons. You hear they're trouble.
Typical fashion, it's cost you an extra 15-20 minutes because Baratheon's been talking about the farm report, which makes almost no sense to you, but you still it's before the transaction can be completed. Like any stop at a gas station in Southeast Missouri, you've just been hung up for an extra 15-20 minutes.
But I'm trying to look real interested in everything he's telling me about. Just, oh, really?
I'm not.
No. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god.
And that's the difference between city folk and country folk.
You guys make your way out the door.
Finally. I thought that would be the end of me.
Trust me, the only thing I was worried about was running into Harbin Wester on our way out of this place.
Good
It
news.
is,
I don't think Harbin's gotten himself out of his house.
Good.
But maybe since the harvest moon, actually. Where there's ales, you'll find Harbin.
That's true. He was a bit of a shut-in. Every time we came back, he was still in the same place wearing the same dirty-ass clothes.
Good news, boys. While you're in getting supplies, I throw 3 large beefsteak tomatoes over your way to put in the basket. I collected a little tax on our friend Harbin.
Oh, these are Braden Barley beefsteaks.
That they are. Figured we could go for a little road BLT. I got a little something special for you, Tormund. Look at this here.
What you got?
I was meandering around town. There was a little lady selling this pepper sauce. You see here? You ever seen any of this before? Aged in barrels. Take the cap off. Get you a smell on that.
Oh, it burns the nose.
Ah.
But it's oaky. And it's almost like a hint of vanilla.
Ah. I think that might be pretty good next to that mayonnaise on that BLT. You might give it a little couple shakes on top, see what I think. Got a little road pepper there.
You know what we need? We need eggs and oil. I can beat up a little mixture to go along with that. It'll make that absolutely perfect.
Ah. The old nays. Yeah, we can do that. As I go on a circle back around to the chicken coops over behind Baratheon's provisions, go grab us 5, 6 them brown eggs. I still got some oil left.
That's gonna be perfect. Oh, Dirakt! I could kiss you if it wouldn't make Gale throw up.
It's all right. You can kiss the cook later, boy.
You can do whatever you want.
Welcome to life on the road, Gale.
I mean, it sounds wonderful. I am all for it.
Oh, you know what?
That
I
much
almost-
more hungry.
I almost forgot to ask you, Gale. You know, since you eat thunder and crap lightning, what do you actually prefer to eat while you're on the road? And you can't say whores divorce and all that kind of fancy hoopla shit. What do you like to eat?
Well, I don't travel very often, so when I do, it's usually meals that are provided. It's some sort of 4 or 5 course meal.
You're not answering my question. When you get hungry, what do you like to eat?
I've always been a fan of breakfast. Couple eggs, some bacon, little bit of sausage, fried up some potatoes. Love potatoes. That is honestly my go-to meal. I've always been akin to it.
Good taste.
Lots of butter, little pepper, little salt, little cayenne. You put a little bit of chili powder on the potatoes. So good. That is what our cook did back home. It was wonderful.
All right. Now that's more of an answer.
All right. Well, Direkt goes back inside. Comes back out with a half sack of taters. Fried potatoes sounds damn good to me. That's something I do know how to make.
You know, I've got that cayenne tucked away in my bag. That's road spice number 1. Next to salt, of course.
Now I am very hungry.
Yeah. Hopefully we can have you skin your second deer so we can get some fresh backstrap while we're out there too.
Oh, stop it, Dirakt. You're gonna make me want to start a fire right now. Let's get on this trail before we decide if we're any more hungry than we already are.
Oh my God, I can see we're gonna ride out about 50 foot out of town and set up a campfire and not get any.
Don't worry. I had enough of that Guildhall food that I managed to shove into my mouth as I was on my way out after that good... Never mind. Let's just go.
Oh, you know, before we do, it has been mighty entertaining watching Gale ride on that old ass to and from, but I think it may be time to get him a proper pony.
That would be ideal, yes.
Don't worry, I won't let Baratheon talk your head off. I'll go in there and pay for it. Just pick one of them out there. I'll go in and take care of it. We'll do a little trade up. I'm sure that old burro could use a little time off. We'll go trade her in. Dirakt goes and makes his way into the store. Gale, what does your horse look like that you pick out over at the stables?
He kind of goes through and is checking all of them out, and then he spots a very, like, it's a white horse, and it's got some like brown spots kind of peppered a little bit on it, but it's predominantly white, right? And it's got like what seems to be like a larger brown spot kind of on the frontal face covering the right eye. And he kind of just goes up to it, and the horse kind of nudges his chin a little bit, and he pats it. I think he'd be a great horse. But what do we call you? Would you want to go on an adventure with me? We can explore the world together. Tormund. This is the one. This is the one. This is my horse.
All right. What are you gonna call her?
Mira.
It's a good name. Ivan, get your ass over here. Should have met Mira.
Mira is an old friend. Beautiful and serene. Just like this horse.
There's a story there, Gale.
I'm sure there is, and if you get me drunk enough, maybe I'll tell you.
I'll get to
Step number 2. Now that we've found the horse, what the fuck do I do?
I'm pretty sure Dirakt's gonna come out with a saddle, and when he does, show you how to put it on, and we're gonna get you out of here. It's just like riding the donkey, except, well,
I can ride horses. I just am never the one to put the saddle on.
I gotta remember that sometimes, Gale. You just all right.
I mean, I assume you just like you put it on there, and then there's like straps.
No, because you're gonna want to get the blanket down first, because you don't want Mira to get chapped. You don't want to put the saddle directly on. See that wonderful, that beautiful brown hide of hers? You don't want to scar it up. You don't want to give her a sore. You gotta get that blanket down, or you get that saddle on. You gotta cinch it tight, but not so tight that it's uncomfortable on her. You don't want it to be loose enough so that you swing over and fall off. It's gotta be just firm enough. She'll let you know when you're too tight.
Hold that thought, and I'm gonna run to the door where Dirakt's like in buying stuff, and I'm gonna like open the door, not wanting to go in and engage in conversation with Sir Talks a Lot. And I'm just gonna go, Dirakt, get me a blue blanket.
But I said I don't think it was going to be fine, and then the hog prices dropped Direkt, and when it was Direkt
Blue blanket.
Direkt looks over at you. As you could see, he has everything set up at the counter, ready to take care of your new horse. Just kind of nods as he makes it out the door. About 10 minutes later,
Closes the door.
all right, Tormund, you told him not to put on the saddle. Walking up to its hind legs first. Have you taught this boy anything yet?
I was starting with the basics before I told him how to fucking do it.
Yeah. Make sure you never creep up behind the horse, Gale. You'll find out real quick.
If you survive.
It's true.
Yeah. Well,
But
I will make
you
sure
don't-
not to do that.
You don't want to be back there anyways. Having shoveled my fair share of horse.
Old flop. Yeah, Gil, you always want to run your hand right along the side of the horse and steady it. Let it know you're there.
Yeah. And you can see Gale's got a familiarity with like horses and at least like the presence. Like, in that, like, kind of like connection. But like in terms of like doing any manual labor with like figuring out how to put the shit, he's just laying fucking idea.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. You let the stable boys handle that.
Of course.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice, Tormund? Wouldn't that be nice? Goddamn.
Dirakt, you know I was the stable boy, you ass.
That's right. Get the goddamn saddle on, stable boys.
Gale? He pats him on the shoulder. Now's your time. Blanket first. Let her know you're there.
Just to blanket on. Pets the horse a bit. Situates it. It is easy, easy, girl, easy. It is fine. It is fine. I know you're excited for the adventure as much as I am. We're going to see so many crazy things together. All right. I might need help with the saddle. It's pretty heavy.
All right. You
I
heave
will
it up.
try it first.
Nah, you heave it up. I'll have you pull it from the other side. Tormund's going to the other side. Be ready to catch.
Gale stretches. Okay. Lift with the knees.
Swing! Swing! Swing!
And he like uses his like leg to kind of like help push it up and like over and like makes it halfway, like kind of up, and then is like hoping you'll grab the other half, and then like immediately is trying to calm the horse. Shh, it's okay. It's okay.
It's a little horn and half a fucking pole come over the side of it. I just grab a hold of it and pull it over. Good job, Gale. Got it. Here.
That was not easy.
You need this part down here. He's just dangling the belt end underneath the horse's belly.
Goes in like, how tight? Do I like really tight, loose, little, like?
Start it. Myra will let you know when it's too tight. If she squirms, go back a notch.
Slowly. Till he feels the horse squirm and shake a little bit, and then goes back a notch. Is that good? Pats the horse. Is this good for you? You good?
Grab the saddle and
Shakes it a little bit.
shake it a little bit, see if it's loose. Gale? You've saddled your first horse.
Stands back.
And it's not just anybody's horse. It's your horse.
All right, where is the step stool to get up? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Left foot up. Swing it over. You got this, big boy.
I can get on a horse.
Tormund's gonna go around to Ivan, who's been nose nudging Myra a little bit. Hey, hey, hey. Gotta ask permission before you want to date that one. That's my friend's daughter. Ish. All right, you old horse, let's go.
Hops up. Pulls a little grain. Feeds Myra.
How do you shut you got and everything?
Is this is that the store hand, or is that the
It's old man Baratheon as he made his way out.
Yes, we are good, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Ah,
Let's go. Let's go.
just hope this weather holds up around here. He starts talking to himself about the current forecast.
I'm half tempted to start a little storm just to like make him go back inside. But then, okay, I won't.
Coconuts.
I got a horse, guys.
Don't just have a horse. You saddled him yourself. Come on.
So this is your first time going over to Baratheon's. We only go there like every once in a while, and I've given Baratheon a different accent every time. That's the running joke because I can't ever remember. One time I made him sound like my uncle. One time he said Scottish. One time he said Irish. It's just a running gag at this point. It's just a meme.
I'm a man of the people. I've seen many a place.
Talking about the
don't
horse.
you know the things I've seen around these parts.
Well, the other day I was out there chucking that corn. Wouldn't you know it? Drop my hoe.
As we begin to crest outside of Phandalin, on this gorgeous spring day. Still clean, crisp air behind us. A clean Tormund for once.
Again. Gale, I don't need to take showers anymore. Gale just keeps that shit clean for me.
It's a beautiful thing. Begin to make our way north up the trail. Back up onto the old Tribor Trail.
Very familiar stretch of road.
We'll go ahead and spend about half the day getting back up to our old spot. Right where that X is that I've marked.
Our normal camping spot. I love it.
That's a camping spot, man. It's got good, fresh, clean water over there. It's an awesome place to cook, man.
And in between the like conversations and stuff, Gail would be like humming a song and just a bit sprucier today. Little more pep in the step, as it were.
What's that song you're singing, Gale?
It was actually a song from a traveling bard. Yes, it comes from a town or a place, not a town, a place called Oklahoma.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How does that go?
Well, I'm not the best singer, but oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. It is nice when you're on the trail to sing a song, I think.
Oh, look at that. We got a bard over here and we didn't even know it.
Not a bard, maybe a poet. At least that is what I tell the girls.
I don't know. The way you'd sing, that'd catch you a couple of copper, too, if you were singing down on the corner in Phandalin outside of old, any tavern out there.
It's a different kind of corner, Tormund.
Yes. Well, as long as I don't have to listen to people blabber about the corn and the wheat and the weather.
Common folk gotta have something to talk about, I guess. We don't know much about high society or what's happening with what ball and what place. We can talk about what they know.
Well, at least it is honest conversation. Most of my conversation, you don't know what is real, what is fluff, who's playing what angle.
It's the most
Here,
honest of conversation. That's how you can tolerate it.
No.
They talk about things they need to survive. That's how they relate to each other.
Survive. It is weird. It is an interesting perspective. I mean, when we were there eating yesterday, she took such a meaning to the trifle amount of gold I gave. It is just, it's interesting to me.
More gold than they'll see in 6 months out here.
Welcome to the way the rest of the world lives, Gale.
I think that I am excited for this BLT.
To be honest, it's the only damn thing I can think about. I'll be damned if we're not in Dragon Country or Thunderboar Country. The BLT has persisted on my mind, Tormund.
You want to break camp right here in this spot we've cooked in a few times?
Well, as I see it, we're about 20 miles from where we want to be. I'd rather show up in the afternoon, evening there than in the middle of the night.
Can't say you're wrong. I've been dying to bust out this cast iron, cook that bacon.
Let's get this bad boy out. I'll go get us some fresh water from down at the stream. We'll pull out a little of the good stuff this evening, since we got some good badass spring water.
I'll get started on grabbing some wood. If you want to start cutting up a little bit.
Don't worry. I got a fire pit right over here that we used last time that's already cleaned out, ready to go. Just give me some wood. I'm gonna get everything set up and I'm gonna start beating these eggs. Leave me that oil, Dirakt. I'm gonna cook this sucker up.
I throw him the oil over. I get a couple of my bone cups out and uncork one of those excellent bottles of whiskey that we still have.
Oh.
I'm gonna go cut it with just a little splash of this spring water down here. Just to take the edge off. Give us a couple minerals on top.
Tormund's already sitting there just whipping that wrist in that bowl that he's got, trying to beat the tips on this egg and oil batter he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Direct.
And Gale walks over with these, long, sturdy logs. Puts them in the fire pit for you.
Maybe you guys are playing Fap Titans.
only takes one hand.
Oh, wait for stay for a spell. You get the whole story on that one.
The fire.
You're only gonna get it there. So you bring those giant logs in. Gale, this is too big for the fire. You got to cut them up and split them. Here, take my axe. And he pulls out of the tribal axe and throws it into one of those logs that are sitting in the fire pit. Let's grab it, break it up. As he continues, just whip like the Swedish chef.
Gale puts his foot on the log and just pulls it out and kind of has to steady himself a little bit. Pretty balanced.
Check out the engraving on the handle too. One of the most beautiful things about that thing, other than it's a piece of equipment fit for death and destruction. You see from the hilt all the way to the head, it shows how all the people of this land cut their way into it, building society, creating the fields and the towns out of the grain that they made from right there.
Have you added your piece yet?
My piece.
Well, yes. This is some sort of lineage, right? For the people and the bearers of this axe. You are now one of them. Should you not be adding something? You're a part of this story now.
I pass on this axe. I'll put a dragon on it. Because that's the one reason we're out here. It's because that people need to be able to do what their ancestors did. Continue to live off this land, continue to thrive and succeed. We get a chance to slay Cryovane. I lay this axe to rest. I'll make sure that Cryovane finds its way to this axe, so that whoever wields it after me will understand that was a piece of the story. Much like Dragon Slayer is a piece of Lady Tanamir and the dragon that came before.
I appreciate that sentiment, but if I may, I feel like you would be doing the axe an injustice. Everybody knows of Cryovane, especially out here. I mean, word has reached Neverwinter, I've told you as much. And although there is something important about just showcasing that, sure, and putting that on the axe, it is not about what was vanquished more than who it was that was wielding the axe. The true story is not stopping Cryovane. It is the person who holds the axe, who uses the axe to do it. That is what is interesting, and that is the lineage and the history that needs to be told. So it shouldn't be Cryovane. It should be Tormund. It should be you.
Interesting thought. You think anybody's going to care about a dragonborn barbarian jumping across the land with his friends? I don't think there's room on that axe for that nonsense.
There is always room. For something like this, there is always room. It is just a thought.
Not wrong, Gale. You're not wrong. Now, take that axe, swing it at that log. I want to see you break that firewood up.
It's Direkt. Makes his way down to the spring as he's done several times before. Leans down, puts his hand in that cool, cold running water. Sees a couple of the crayfish down the stream tuck up underneath those orange and brown colored rocks on the creek floor bed. A couple of sunfish dart in and out of the larger pools. Sifts down, lets his wineskin begin to fill up some of the cold running water. When he does, he looks down into the reflection in that running water. Looks a second time, startles his eyes. He swears that he can see the face of a dryad. Kind of takes him back for a second, still on one knee, looking down at this reflection. An image draws closer. Familiar face. Eventually can make out, my God, it's Remus, Romulus? Can't tell, but it's definitely the dryads that you encountered much, much earlier in Thunder Ruin. You can see they have outstretched arms. With these outstretched arms, uprises this shield. What looks like it's entrenched in thick oak bark. All around the outside of it. And this reflection, it raises up. I take my hand out from collecting water. Dirakt uneasily puts his hands down into the reflection. And he pulls that shield up from underneath the water. As that spring water rolls off over the sides, drips down, and he picks up these fine suede like cane straps that are woven around on either side, smooth as any leather he's ever held. My God. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. She kind of drops down to both knees and looks down at the spring. I can only guess that this is a gift to aid us for the things to come. I will try to honor the forest as we did before. And just as he's talking to himself, as quickly does that image dissipate from the top of the stream. Dirakt walks back with this triangular oak bark covered shield back to camp. He goes right over to that whiskey and pours a little bit in off of what he just saw. Gentlemen, I believe your intuition could be correct about the forest being in some level of distress.
Did you see that? Oh, what the hell do you have?
I went down to the spring the same time I've done 1,000 times we've been here. I saw the face of Remus. I can't tell.
Dryads from the forest.
Dryads. Thunderun. They presented a shield from up underneath the water. As he holds this shield, thanks to Sin's item H card, I now have a spell guard shield. While holding this, I have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, and spell attacks have disadvantage against me.
Oh, doctor! Dude.
Sin.
That is a bad boy. I rolled a 93. Who got the another one that came in? You rolled a 20 on another item H?
Yeah.
Who got this one? Roll off, baby. Tormund Gale. Throw those D20s.
Oh, God.
You know what? I'm going to use the for namesake dice on this one. You're gonna hear it hit.
I'm going to use this dice. Yeah, no. Yeah, you get that one.
12 and a 2. Mwah! There it is for namesake.
What's that? I have advantage. It was a 4.
Gentlemen, grab a glass. I think you should come on down to the spring.
Tormund's gonna pull his bacon off first so he doesn't burn it. After the last distraction of burning his cube of spam, he doesn't want to do the same thing with the bacon that they've got.
I want you each to roll a 1d10.
4, 4.
6.
All right. You guys make your way down. Direkt leads you over to the spring and takes a knee.
Tormund follows over and kneels down and looks in the water.
Both of you just run your hand through that flowing water for a second. Same crawdads, dark pack underneath the rocks.
Damn, Direkt didn't tell me there was crawdads in here. Those mud bugs are good eating.
Healthy spring. And I think there's a little bit more important than just crawdads today. Sunfish turn and kind of dart, looking back over at your hands. Guys look up and you can see that sun parsing through the foliage, ray traces shining down on this serene area. Just late enough in the evening where you can see a couple of the fireflies as they flicker. As you guys look up, vision goes back down into that creek. And you can see Remus and Romulus' image once again floating up to the surface. No sound, just image.
It's you.
Hello.
Gale, you weren't around. We talked to the great tree. These were the two that led us through.
It is an honor to meet you, both.
Make eye contact and that emerald green shimmer surrounds both their hair and the color of their eyes. Gale, where your hand is a small stone. Smooth to the touch. Looks like a perfectly circular river stone. Emerges up and over the water into your hand. As you hold up this stone, look at it. It begins to float up and out of your hand before it spins and does an about face and presses up against your forehead and slowly begins to meld into your body. You can feel a surge within you as if you're casting a spell for the first time. That exhilaration, an electrifying experience. And as it combines itself with you, you realize that this could be only one thing. A stone of Ioun. On your spell sheet, override your spell casting. You may add a +2 to whatever ability. I believe your charisma, because you're a sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
So your sorcery points will go up by 2. So if it's a 16, it'll be an 18. Tormund. You reach down and you see a belt. Looks similar in style to Dirakt's shield. It's almost like a diamond shaped front to it, like a world wrestling belt. It's thick on either side, twigs protruding as it raises up out of the water in your hand. The water pouring off of it on either side. As you hold it up and look at it, you can feel an inner strength in you that you didn't know that you had before. Override your strength score to a 23.
Oh, damn. Boom.
As you receive this belt of treant strength. And just as quickly as we see their forms, fades back to a normal reflection inside the spring.
I don't know what we've done to deserve these gifts. But I do know that I'll damn well live up to them.
I think that's all we can all hope to do at this point.
I don't know if it's what we've done or what we will do, but knowing we have the forces of nature on our side boosts my confidence a little bit.
They want us to help them make this forest whole again.
These small pockets, like this campsite that we have, are something special. We've been here many times, Gil. We've always tried to leave this site in better shape, and we found it. I'm glad that's a lesson that we've always kept close to our hearts. But these images of the Fae don't produce themselves just to anyone. I'm honored to be given gifts of this caliber. I will try to do a better job myself. It's not something we always think about. This entire plane is a living, breathing existence. Something that should be respected just as you would any other man or woman. Gets up and he takes a significant pull on that whiskey.
The synergy of the land. That's what I was talking about, Gale. Not disrespecting where you came from. The people who live off this land, people who carve that axe, never got to choose a 4-course meal. The beings that live this land and found harmony with these people who pushed in, never got that choice either. That's why, while we'll never equalize everything that's going on in this world, killing that big ass ice dragon is so important, because it's not the nobles in Neverwinter who feel it. It's the people who work the land from Phandalin. It's the beings that live in nature who have to deal with them trying to make more money and more product for Neverwinter and every other noble around here. It's a harmony to this world. When you take beyond what you need, and the harmony is upset, that's exactly what that dragon is doing. It's taking more than he needs from this land. Not trying to shit on your family or your father or what you grew up with, but those people there in Neverwinter are the same as Cryovane. Just take for their own pleasure. And if we can kill that dragon to make this world a little more bearable for the people who work this land, we're never going to change the balance of power. But at least we take one worry away from them when they go to bed at night and wonder, am I going to be able to feed my children? Or I'm going to die on that field. That's all we can do. I gladly dedicate my life to doing it.
I see it, gentlemen. If Mother Nature is for us, who the against us? Let's get on up to that BLT. God damn it.
At this point, the bacon's getting cold. Mayo's made. All I gotta do is break up the lettuce and cut these tomatoes. If you want, I'll put that cast iron back on the fire. We can toast that bread up real nice.
Let's do that. I would like it. I would like that a lot, Tormund.
Oh, there's just enough fat in that pan to make that bread.
Before I know it, we're all gonna have
wonderful.
bellies like Tormund. Gil.
Like what?
I don't think that I can make it go away when I'm angry, like he can. Wouldn't befit me well.
That's a defense mechanism. You know, at least you can see your knees.
Piece of work.
Come on, we got sandwiches to make. Some more of that decadent hooch that you brought from Falcon's Lodge.
Let's do it. May we take a quick drink break so I can grab a drink and use the restroom?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
No, there's no P for you, sir. Go.
Just trying to do my my Tormund BM.
Go ahead, Cap. You want to take your break before I take mine?
Yep, go. I got it unlocked.
Sin,
All right.
you're a legend. By the way, chat, you're awesome, and I love you.
Yeah, I would have since Sin was rolling straight H cards. I was like, I'll go
Like
ahead.
70 of them, like 700.
I'll go
I
ahead
believe-
and give another one. Yeah, pretty wild, man. Pretty wild, man. Got to have a cool moment down by the creek. I like our little campsite, man. Your cards made it even more extra special this go round. Doing great, doing great. Let's take a little beverage break with the gentleman. Listen to some good environmental tunes, man. Getting us set before we head back into the woods. Glad we have nature's blessing with whatever we're going to encounter there. Oh, nighttime, enjoy some applesauce. All the applesauce, my friend. All the applesauce. Ivan did get a girlfriend. Gonna be ranchers soon.
So there's a spot that my family has camped in every single year since before I was born. That's kind of like what this site is.
In my head, I always think of a very similar campsite that we went to when I was in Boy Scouts. Like
Yeah,
it's
Hey, I've got pictures of me fishing there when I was 3. I've got pictures of both my kids fishing there, both around the same age.
Teddy Roosevelt's in the background too.
I built this national park for every single one of you.
Whew.
Can I give it up to the community right now? Because that's 2 nights and 2 campaigns that you guys have made one hell of an impact in. So, Adam, you don't know this, but last night we almost TPK'd.
Oh, really?
In fact, both of mine and Captain's active players were dead when an NPC ended up coming in to save the day.
And that was also due to chat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I think that's like one of the coolest mechanics of this, right? Is because like chat, you're as much a part of this story as myself or Radio or RoBear. Like, you have such a profound impact, and you create such good story elements like that river scene. And that was because of you guys, and I think that that's just so freaking cool.
The gifts, dude, they never stop.
Tips, Fedora.
Mm-hmm.
Milady.
If you've never been a part of the live show on the Mixer side, that's the reason to do it right there. The gifts that go along with it are amazing.
Oof. I'm digging the background a little bit too. This is a new look.
Oh yeah, dude, it fits perfect for you. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right in there.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I am.
Wait. Don't tell me you're having a good time.
Oh no, I hate D&D. D&D is the worst. It is awful.
This is terrible. It's terrible,
Nah.
Chatty.
This may or may not be the highlight of my week. Most weeks.
Best 3
I love
days
it.
of the week. Best
Oh,
3
man.
days of the week.
Yeah. So good, and I'm I'm terrified, but also excited to see what happens.
Hey, that's the excitement of life. That right there is like being a gladiator and stepping into the arena, because you know that death is a very real thing, and you're
Yeah.
gonna give it everything you've got.
Yeah. I also sang tonight. That was a first.
Dude, the singing was on point, man. Come on.
I was like,
The Gale verb.
yeah. If any of you guys know what that song is actually from, it is from the musical movie Oklahoma.
Hello?
Oh,
Yep. Beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Gale, the songbird of our generation.
And now, coming to you live from Neverwinter Nights, Gale Emotion Storm.
ladies and gentlemen, now entering the stage, weighing it. Oh wait, sorry, that's the wrong intro.
Yeah. Weighing a scintillating 100 pounds soaking wet, Gale.
Toss a coin to your Gale.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
There you go.
Gale,
If you need to go, Radio, you can, by the way.
you have a what?
What do I have?
Dude, I went with you, brother.
Yeah, he left with you.
Oh,
Gil, you have a +1 to animal handling card.
Nice.
Oh, Myra. Sorry.
It's
Oh, I
like-
forgot I have.
So that's a one-time use card on a ability check with animal handling.
Yeah.
Let's shake a little bit of that newfound pepper sauce on top of that fresh mayo.
You don't think I'd beat it in there already? You want some more of it? All right, that's on you.
I mean, I do a little dab on top.
Dirakt, you sure you want to do that? I've already got it beat into the. Never mind. Do what you want.
I think he can handle it. He's been through some shit.
You want it right next to the tomato, just like that. Oh, yeah. You outdone yourself, Tormund.
Damn good BLT.
Bacon's even a little extra thick cut than usual.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm hungry now, by the way. Adam is just like, a BLT sounds so good right now.
Toast, perfectly toasted and all that bacon fat.
It wouldn't be Tormund's quest if we wouldn't get down on some sort of fantasy meal in some way. Go ahead and give yourself +2 temporary hit points.
Oh, baby.
That just means combat's coming.
Hero's feast? Not quite. That's a hero's snack. You get a +2.
I'll take it, man.
It's just that good of a BLT.
I can taste it.
Dude, seriously, I want to tear into my kitchen right now and cook bacon. I've got the beefsteak tomatoes. I've got the bread. I've got the bacon. It's all ready to go. Cooking stream to follow.
As we wind down and the sun sets and the shadows around our campfire grow long. Cool breeze clicks through our camp. And hear the slow roll of thunder to the northern distance. Think it ever stops? There's been a storm over that damn woods since we left.
You gotta imagine Talos is a little pissed, especially if that dragon's already been through there eating up his thunder boars.
I think it is a reminder. That he is ever present.
What do you think about that, Gale?
About what?
Him being out there ever present. And that shithead that we yeeted out into God knows where. What is it? Arius?
Yeah, Aris.
Yes.
You know, at first it was... At first it worried me that he was there, always watching. I just felt like he was. Ever since I saw him in that dream on the mountain, he's just been there. But now, knowing what I know, it is almost a relief. It's before I didn't know what any of this meant. But now I know. And what's he, whatever that partnership or cult or whatever you want to call it is, now that I know what they want from me, well, they can't have it. So I think he's somewhere watching me right now. Perhaps Harris or whoever else. But I will not be an instrument or a tool or a pawn for someone to use and abuse in the way that they do. So he can watch. And I am sure there will be another encounter. Probably multiple.
Hey, just know, we're with you. But don't go into flying to the mouth of a goddamn cloud again.
I can be a smart man, but I can also be a stupid boy. At times.
Speaking of, I mean, you had quite the electric form while you were in that battle. Or filthy ears that you can possibly, conjure that thing up again.
I think so.
Good.
It is weird. It's almost like an onion. I don't know if that would be the right terminology. It is almost like a peach, and the outer layer is peeled away, and there was something at the core that just needed a bush to be nurtured into something, if that makes sense. And I feel like whatever it is they did awoke that. And I feel like, and this may sound crazy, but I feel like there's more. Like this is just one layer. That there is more to me. And I am curious to see if I can find it. Because I would prefer that I make my own way than whatever it is they were trying to do. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, all I can think is that if at some point in your ascension you become a thunder god, just look fondly upon your friends down here on the soil, will you?
I don't think I would ever become a god, but that would be pretty cool.
I don't know. I didn't think I was going to plane shift into the middle of a wheat field and find a crazy situation that I found.
Your experience, your journey. Quell the storm within you. Will be uniquely yours, Gale. It's your own set of trials and tribulations for you to conquer. You've shown no matter what you were born with, is your own free will and accord that you will let this world judge you by. However, I will lament it does seem there's an interesting hierarchy between Talos's followers. On one end, we seem to find the demented within these woods be willing to do anything and sacrifice anything just to feel his blessing. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, seems like a whole group of people with your ability scale that have been driven mad with power. I hope that you continue to chart your course in the middle of that shitstorm. Try not to deviate too far to either side.
You know what gives me confidence in that? It is not the power in the storm, although very intoxicating. When I chart this course, it is the moments like now, sitting here among my friends, looking up at the stars outside of the storm, looking at the sheer size of it, and realizing that my power is not connected solely to the storm. That is just a piece. This is another piece. You are another piece. And there are pieces I will still find. But as long as I have the stars above me and my friends beside me, even if I do sway to one side, I am confident you will pull me back. You've already done it once.
That is what friends are for. So I finish off my glass of whiskey. Pull over that big wool blanket of mine. Leaned up against one of the rocks inside this crude circle. Prop my body up against. This time I just do a little fire gazing for a while.
Tormund. Why do you think I had the same dream you did? It is bothering me.
Someone was trying to tell us something. Pick a god. Bahamut, Morden, Shanti, Phoenix, Raven Queen. I mean, either that or we could go real deep and, you know, you and I are somehow connected on some other level, but, you know, I'm not ready to be in a committed relationship at this point. I really want to mess around.
You're not really my type.
Well spoke. I've seen a lot of things since I've been on this plane. I've seen gods acolytes. Been touched by them all, for better, for worse. I can't tell you exactly why we had the same dream. All I know is it's pushing us to one spot. The only thing I've got in my mind at this point is watching our Conan run. Because to hell with everything else that's going on here. We can't save every single one of our friends, or we can't save whatever we're trying to do. Why the hell are we doing it? I know there's loss in every battle. That's one thing Dad always told me. You're gonna lose some friends in battle, Tormund.
Hope it is not me. Or Archon.
Exactly. That's why we're out here. Sitting by this firelight. Waiting for our chance to head on into those trees. And see if what we saw was reality. Future. Past, present. Sometimes you can't ask the why so much as just understand the reason that pushes you on. It's the one thing I learned when I came here. I thought adventuring was all about getting out there and killing things. Why? What drives you? What's in your heart? You doing this just for coin? Or are you doing it for a greater purpose? And I'm hoping at this point, the gods in this realm, as he picks up Stormbringer and holds it up in the air, like Morden, understand this isn't a loot fest. Just here to make this realm a better place. So why? Now that I've got all woo out on you, can't tell you why. There's something out there that wanted us to head into those woods. And you know, a suspicious man might think in the back of his mind that maybe that's a trap. Maybe someone was showing us what we wanted to see to get us to go into these woods. But you know what? Come here. I'll tell you what right now. I don't fucking care.
That is what I appreciate about you, Tormund, is you don't fear anything.
No, I fear a lot. I just know that somewhere back in there, our path is just and right. And even if I die here, not achieving what I set out to do, that at least maybe it meant something. What do you think about that, Dad? Huh? You son of a bitch, fighting battle after battle. Where were you? You. Never mind. Never mind.
He was with me. Making sure you had a world to actually grow up in. These are the inconvenient truths. Nations at war.
Coin to be had. I get it. I know why he was there, Dirakt. It doesn't mean I can't be mad he wasn't there when Dominus decided to.
You think your daddy has always done what he's done for coin? You'd be sorely mistaken. Is everything that you've done here since you've arrived in Phandalin been for the coin from Harbin Wester's pocketbook?
No.
No. Well, I don't believe any childhood of a warrior is an ideal childhood. I ask you to step in your daddy's boots.
I just wish he was there, Dirakt. With every fiber of my being, I just wish he was there. Like, you don't understand. I needed him. At that moment, he wasn't there. Seeing what I saw, smelling that smell, I know why he was out doing what he did. Oh, it'd be blessed. I wish I had my dad at that moment. I guess a lot of this is just overcompensation for what I wish I had. But what I couldn't have.
Come from a long line of individuals that didn't get to have nearly as long as a childhood as they should have. And I can tell you, there's not a day goes by your father doesn't think about not being there, as if it haunts him. Like a ghost he'll never be able to get rid of. And I know that's not going to change how you feel. Nor should it. When your father came to me and specifically told me, now is the time. You need the guidance of kin and family more than ever. I made sure to do what I could. Be here. I yearn for the day when your father's at this campfire with all of us. And you're able to understand his stories. he's able to understand yours. And you break bread together, not just as a family, but as adventurers and warriors together. For there is no greater bond than that. That day will come, Tormund. That day will come.
You know, sometimes, Dirakt, I pray with every fiber of my being that you're right. Something in me that just says that I'm never going to see him again.
That's the kind of fear that will ultimately keep you alive, Tormund. Same kind of fear keeps your father alive.
Goddamn. Being an adventurous son of a bitch, isn't it? Here we are. Me blubbering around a fire. Gale. You. Me. Adventurers.
Friends.
No. Not friends. Family.
Seems like a lifetime ago from the wheat field, doesn't it?
I can't even tell you how many days it's been since then.
Enough.
That's why this spot along Tribord Trail feels like just as much home as anything back at Gancaster. Maybe that's what brought this on. It's outside of there. It's the closest I've ever been to feeling like I've had family and I've been where I belong. Dirakt, where did you get this whiskey? I didn't do this the first time.
Look, if we are family, then Gale gets up, opens his bag up, pulls out a familiar flask, and he goes and he takes everybody's cups and he fills them. And then he hands it to Dirakt and to Tormund. You may not be able to today sit around the campfire and have a toast with your father, but with your other family, we can make a toast to your father, and more importantly, to your mother, and to the future, where there is a fire, where I can sit down and meet your asshole of a father.
You're not wrong. But with this cup, to the warrior, Hister Faust, and his never faltering bride, Ciara. I miss you both.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to go to bed.
It's a full day ahead of us, boys.
Yeah. Full day.
Not many times where he beats me to the punch.
It's been a rough night for him.
It's been a good night. It's a rough night when he feels those things and doesn't say anything. Night was a good night. When you feel like that, it's best to have your friends and family around you.
Well, I hope one day we can hold up this promise. Because I can only imagine this shit that Hister Faust will talk about me. But I would want to meet him.
You'll enjoy his old man. An apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. That is for
Well.
certain.
In some cases, yes. In other cases, you are a pear that fell from the apple tree. But I hope we can do it for him.
As some clouds blow in,
Standing.
and we begin to feel the pitter patter of a little bit of rainfall. I look over at you, Gale. Raindrops hit me 5 or 6 more times in the face. Pulling my blanket up as I... Well...
Yes. Bubble appears. Sorry, I was in thought a bit.
As you raise up that magical boundaries that surrounds up over our rock circle and our small fire. It's like gentle sounds of being in an old tin barn during an April shower.
What a memory. There are good people in the world. There are okay people. And then there are shitty people. And the way that Tormund speaks of his father, he may be, in some ways, a shitty person. But the more I hear and the more I understand the story, I believe he is a good person. You can be good and you can do good. That still doesn't mean you can be shit at things. And he's just a shitty father.
Matter of perspective. You know? Foreman loved his mother. Loved cooking. He had his dearest things taken away from him. Whether it's right or not, Dragonborn men don't get a lot of attention until their later years. When they're strong enough to prove themselves. At least that's how Lancaster is. Whether it's right or wrong. It's made a lot of strong individuals over the years. Tormund will be no different, and is no different. But yes, I hope his father is able to join us sooner rather than later. He too deserves to not miss out on these memories we're forging. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just glad I can be here. When Dirakt says that, still staring off into the fire, sees a small flashback. His mind still a full chaotic battlefield. This time not raising the dead. This time he's fighting. Full sword and shield. Not wielding any of the magic that he has. Just images in the back of his head every time that he's been stabbed, cut, hacked at. Just brief moments in his mind. Just those initial blows. Opening his eyes, being on the ground, getting back up again. Different battlefield. New set of weapons. Fighting, struck, down on the ground again. He sees it 3 or 4 times before his eyes fade out of the fire. So he just cinches his eyes shut and pulls that blanket up a little bit higher. Get some rest, Gale. Get some rest.
Gale kind of delays for a while as it kind of continues to gently rain, knowing that if he falls asleep, more than likely the relief of the rain is, well, will fall with his sleep.
No, you can maintain.
Okay. But he just kind of sits there and he looks at Dirakt for a bit, and then he looks at Tormund. And he almost feels a sense of pity, in a way. And there's an ounce of jealousy. And he kind of shrugs it off. Looks up at the sky. I don't put much stake into any of you more than the Raven Queen. I've never been a religious type. I also am not a great person. But I know you to be true. I have seen your works. And if there is ever a person who deserves to have the coin flip in the right direction, it is this man next to me, this Dragonborn. And I don't know if you do favors, or if you're even listening. But perhaps, with all of the signs given, you could give him a bit of peace tonight. Then he'll just kind of watch the fire slowly drift off.
Sleep takes you. We all receive another long rest. As you roll in your comfortable position, even though your eyes are closed to you, they open back up. Cloudy, swirling with the energy of the storm. Just that extra little bit of projection to maintain and hold up the small bubble over us in the campsite. Making it comfortable for all of us to rest in. As we doze off. Tormund, you asked out before me. I need you to roll.
What do you want me to roll? D20?
Good question. This is a good question. What should it really be? All right. I'm going to make this be a Constitution roll-off.
Constitution roll-off. All right.
Trying to beat Dirakt up in the morning. Still going to be rolling. Still rolling with
sunrise.
Yep. You're still rolling with disadvantage, but you have a chance to roll because you went to bed earlier.
All right. So I'm rolling with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Right. Here we go. 2 rolls.
Here comes Dirakt's roll.
Oh, baby. Dude, you robbed me. I had literally a 20 and a 12 were my 2 rolls with disadvantage.
Yikes.
I gotta take the 12.
And I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, you and me both hit a nat 20. But since I got disadvantage against the old man, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna rule it where it's real close. Like, you get up, coffee's not even on yet. You literally wake up by the sound of the waterfall of Dirakt on the other side of the rock. As you wake up and you think, oh my God, you don't smell the coffee. You're like, this is it. I've finally done it. And you look over and there's that son of a bitch.
God damn it. I thought I was gonna beat you up.
Good try, boy. I thought the whiskey might kick you up a little bit early, too.
Oh, speaking of, please tell me you just have regular coffee grounds for that coffee.
Same coffee we've always had.
Oh, good.
I splurged, though. I got a little bit of barrel aged out today since you threw such a damn fit yesterday about the old ladies and the cream and the hazelnut.
It's a sin. It's a sin to drink coffee like that, huh, Dirakt?
I don't get what the problem is. I can drink it that way. It's just flavored milk. At that point. Not the worst thing.
You smell those beans when you infuse that water into it. I mean, that's the heart of it. That's what you want to taste when you get into that cup of coffee. That's what's gonna put in your BM right there.
I can't wait for you to retire as an old man. Tormund's Warrior Kitchen. See it already. A full chef's table experience where you can tell every son of a bitch exactly what they're gonna eat and how they're gonna eat it. And they have to listen to your damn ass and pay you accordingly, too.
You know, at Dirakt, I think I had this all wrong. I don't need to be adventuring. I need to be cooking when I'm done adventuring.
When areas like this aren't haunted by a white dragon that eliminates half your market, might not be a bad idea. Yeah.
You know.
Is the coffee done yet?
Oh, there's the man. Whenever you need that loan, Tormund, you can go to the Bank of Everstorm. Where money is no expense.
Well, Excuse me, Mr. Everstorm. Let me get that pot right on for you right now.
Thanks. What did I do to deserve this early in the morning?
You woke up.
Oh. Just make sure you fetch the saddle, stable boy.
I didn't take the saddle off your horse.
I need coffee.
Dirakt, for a change, actually makes his scrambled eggs. She hasn't done in a long time. Gets a little bit of that cheese out from the basket. What?
And I go and I grab the potatoes and I start peeling the potatoes. We are going to have potatoes this morning. If we are going into the forest to do whatever the fuck, I am going to get one good meal with these potatoes. He starts peeling the potatoes.
Yeah, we do have plenty of that bacon grease.
Dirakt, here. I saved the yolks from the 6 eggs.
Yeah, I thought you ate them. How about that?
Cook that in the bacon fat.
Boy over here holding back yolks. Hot damn.
You didn't think I was going to waste good food, did you? I knew this breakfast was going to come out at some point.
I know goddamn well looking at your body you ain't wasted. I just figured a little protein in.
Hey. Don't hate on a gorgeous piece of dragonborn beautifulness.
And here I blindly told him I would whip you into shape. Boy's gonna come back bigger than what he left.
Well, to be fair, round is a shape.
Gale, that's the kind of intellect and nobility we need at this campsite.
Well, it sure isn't coming from you.
Damn! Shots fired, Dirakt.
I haven't had my coffee yet.
Somebody's gonna revive his ass when Thumbelina goes down. I'll remember. Put you on priority 2. You better remember, Tormund doesn't go down easily. That could be 10, 15 minutes later.
Have I told you how great you look this morning? Direkt.
I let one of those Tormund farts out.
I said look, not smell.
I used prestidigitation to waft it in his direction, away from mine.
Wait, can you buttercup a fart with prestidigitation?
100%. You
Clear
guys,
the air with it. I do the same thing and just clear it.
That's more of a mage hand kind of movement.
no, you guys don't ever use your little magic stuff enough. You can do all sorts of dumb stuff with it. Gentle breezes. Oh.
Just a little square. Accurate. He's more like a triangle, actually. Yeah, cut up the potatoes, put them in there, a little salt, a little pepper.
I go out and I pull a couple wild onions up for us because I don't make skillet potatoes without some onions. That's a sin.
Gosh, now I gotta make breakfast tomorrow.
Welcome to Tormund's Quest, where you get fat.
This is just food porn, ASMR. God, I'm so hungry.
Gotta change the name from Tormund's Quest to Tormund's Diner. We'll make you hungry, guaranteed.
Oh, we prepare an awesome breakfast of fried taters, cheesy scrambled eggs,
Bacon.
and more bacon.
You know, this is a lot like what my mother would cook whenever my father was out of town. So good. So good.
The bacon's
Wait.
thick enough where you can actually use it as utensil.
Ooh. Scoop up the potatoes and eggs with it, just funnel it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Take a bite off the end and just keep moving down.
Mhm.
I've never done that before.
You gotta have some thick ass bacon, yo.
Get that the local Sprouts is cut about that thick.
Mhm.
Cooks down to about that thick right there. Woo-wee.
Ugh.
Fam. Oof.
After we eat a heavy meal for breakfast, pack up camp, get our gear and our horses set, clear morning again. Oh, so fresh spring smell after that little rain that rolled through. Just a little bit of light dew, just enough to slick up your boots before you get on top of that horse. But with that fresh sun out, it's gone before the hour. As we get back on the Tribor Trail, continue our swath north, up and in to Neverwinter Woods. The juxtaposition of that vibrant morning and birds and small wildlife as we roll through the plains area where the trail is at, to just that never-ending canopy that is Neverwinter Woods. Like putting on a pair of sunglasses. Minute you roll in. Just a darkness that surrounds us. It's an uneasy feeling going from the light into the dark. As we push in, eventually can't even see any light protruding from the sun behind us any further. About that point, Dirakt rides up and stops.
Dirakt, what are you stopping for?
I think it's time for another set of eyeballs, Tormund. As he sits there and concentrates and produces a small flame in the center of his hand that slowly sprouts wings and forms into the shift of a small phoenix within his hand. Those flames fade away to fiery red feathers of a hawk. As he unleashes it into the air and it soars up above into the canopy. Our Conan's not the only one with a few tricks up his sleeve.
Never doubted you for a moment, Dirakt.
As you look over to Dirakt, as his eyes roll up in the back of the head, and you can only just see red stark flame in his eyes as he wargs in to that red-tailed hawk. As it soars up above the canopy. Looks over to the area where the lodge used to be. Whatever was there is now covered in at least a 3-story sheet of ice that extends from the lodge almost to the manse. Miles long. As that hawk comes back down in between the canopy, back into my hand. Gentlemen, your dreams seem to be more truth than fiction. Crowvane has indeed been in these woods. And more impressively, seems like we have an ice wall to contend with in between us and our new destination. It appears that there is solid ice between the old lodge almost all the way to the manse.
Didn't happen to see a Stonehenge mound while you were flying around there in your little red-tailed hawk, did you?
Well, I did not see the exact Stonehenge mound. If it is located where you think it is beyond the ice wall.
Great. How many of y'all could fly?
How big is the wall?
It's big. It's real big.
Oh, easy, Ivan. I know that was a rhetorical question. I know you can fly.
Well, I am not getting over the wall. I might be able to punch through it.
We gotta give Ivan his own nay command that he can trigger. I'm gonna have to work on that for you, buddy.
Nay. Direct. Did it seem like there was a purpose to the wall?
Looks like it extends from the old lodge all the way towards the manse. Our old buddy did some work.
hell is he doing? Last time he froze this portion of the woods, it was along the loggers' camp. We rode that iced river all the way down to the edge of the forest. Now he's froze everything from the lodge to the manse.
Seems like when he's in the pursuit of something, he's willing to waste everything in its path.
Maybe it is a statement.
There's no doubt that it's a statement. But to whom?
That is the question.
It ain't us, because he doesn't know about us yet.
Still, if our dream was true, our Conan is out here somewhere. And if he's still alive on this side of that fucking ice wall or the other side, we gotta find him.
I can tell you this much. Our Conan is a man who knows how to take care of himself, especially within these woods. I do not doubt his survival, but his whereabouts within these woods, whether it's our side of the forest or the next, that I do not know.
So what is the plan? Do we search our side first? Or do we try to go to the other side?
We go to the site of your dreams. How we get there is your decisions. I will respect and follow what you decide.
Gotta get on the other side of that ice wall. Where are we coming up to the north? Are we closer to Falcons? Or are we closer to the Woodland Manse? Right there?
I don't know, that's me. I'm just
Oh, okay.
curious.
Because we know the wall runs from the Falcons Lodge. All right, so that's what I thought. We're right in the middle.
Right before this bad boy.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, we're right there.
Seriously, right in the middle.
That's a big ass ice wall.
No crap.
I might be able to carve a bit out to get through the wall.
Sit there chipping at that wall forever. We got to go around it. We just have to decide whether we want to go back towards the lodge or the manse. Either way, we know Talos has been on the other side of it.
Between an ice wall and a stormlord.
Very well put.
Maybe we don't have to go to either side.
What do you think of Dirakt?
We get on this other side of this wall. We have to get out. We need to think about going the pathway of least resistance. Not all of us can fly over something like that. I know it will be extra time, but it may be worth cutting a swath through that wall. That's a risk You two will have to decide.
Well, oh, let's go cut us out a piece of that ice wall. Let's punch right through that son of a bitch. Because I don't like going to either end of that.
I'm fine with this.
Good. Because I'm going to need the, the big beefy version of Gale to knock through that son of a bitch. Because this old Dragonborn only got so much hot air to blow. I get my old man, he might be able to blow a little bit more because he's a fucking blowhard. But there right now, give it all I got and melting that damn ice. Who knows? Dirakt and the Phoenix might have something to help cook us a little hole through it too.
I could perhaps weaken an area, similar as I did at the Tower of Storms.
All right, that's the plan. Straight ahead, punch a hole through this ice wall.
That is what
All right.
we shall do. As we ride forward directly into that ice wall. We look up as we physically feel ourselves getting colder.
Shit.
The closer we ride to it. 3 stories high. Trees frozen in place. Oh no. God, I didn't even think about the trees in between. We're not even going to be able to go straight, goddammit. It's gonna be a nightmare. We can see these massive old growths are frozen like popsicle sticks in between this swath of ice. What is your game plan for attacking this ice wall?
Well, I figured I'd hit a section a couple times with ye old trusty Shatter. Kind of break and loosen it up a little bit.
Now, Shatter does have extra damage to structures, correct? How's it read?
Yeah, well, it says a creature made of inorganic material such as stone or crystal or metal has disadvantage of the saving throw. A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage in the spell's area. So it's like 3d8 thunder damage.
All right. So you're going to try to drop some Shatter.
Yeah.
Tormund,
Maybe
what's your ingenious plan?
hit it.
I was thinking, I would use some fire breath on it and hit the shit out of it with my fucking Stormbringer.
Got some fire bolts too.
We're about to have a very humbling moment with a wall of ice.
Oh.
Using what we have. Your brute force. Gale Shatter. Your fire breath. My acid breath. Plus both of our firebolt cantrips. It's going to take a day and a half. The rest of this day into the next, carving out a windy path through the old growth trees through this ice wall. But there is a small path. Oh, we did it! We did it!
Dirakt, I don't think I've ever worked that hard in my life.
It'd been fine if it wasn't so goddamn cold in there. I think we pissed away about a quarter of it.
That was a genius idea for you. We had to piss. We'd piss on the wall. Every ounce of heat, right?
Oh my god, we did. We spent one really, really cold night inside the ice cube. One really, really cold ass night. And the real bitch of the beast was when we made the campfire in there, it just dripped on us the whole time, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's the worst cave ever.
Well, at least we made it through.
Now to find out what's on the other side.
Really hoping it's that Stonehenge mound.
All right. Let's push forward.
All right. No rest for the wicked.
As we ride further north. Past the ice wall. Roll a perception check.
$12.
5.
$19 plus 2. I'll take it.
About a good even 11 on this. All right, good. All right, I'll take that.
As we push forward, Dirakt sends up his red-tailed hawk again, warging back in as it flies over the forest canopy. It crests towards an opening of raised mounds containing several monoliths arranged in a hinge. He curtails and curves back into my hands. We have our hinge, gentlemen.
Oh, thank Bahamut. Thank Morden. Thank whoever.
It does exist.
Well, lead the way, Dirakt. I'll follow you.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
What did you do to the woodland manse?
Oh, God.
Oh, and Vandalin and
Everything.
everything.
Biovane has really been picking up
Seriously,
lately.
we spent a day and a half just chipping our way through an ice wall. Cryovane has just gone and just rat everybody. There we go.
Ta-da! It's
God,
magic.
the undo button. Let's go.
The undo button took away my ice wall. It didn't fix my real problem.
I can see everything again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we go.
Wall 2.0. Trump, eat your heart out.
Paint this.
Paint this. Ah, no, not. I still did it the wrong thing. I gotta send it over. There we go. Roll 20 problems. We make our way forward. Gale, the hair on the back of your neck stands up. As you can feel a presence of the storm growing around you. You can hear the crack of thunder and lightning. As you can feel just a barometric pressure with your own body swirl. You can hear the rain crashing down, hitting heavy on the forest canopy above us. Right closer into the side of the clearing, where you can just begin to see those mounds and the hinge around us. Roll another perception check.
Come on.
17.
11.
Look, and you see these small dolls tied up to the trees around this perimeter. Little humanoid. Not much larger than those tree blights that you saw back at the manse.
What are you thinking, Gale? Those guardians?
I know two things. One, the Stormlord is here in some capacity. Two, it's fucking creepy. I don't know what is going on.
Dirakt walks up and grabs one of these dolls off the side of the tree.
Don't die.
Begins to unravel it. Inside of it, a still beating boar's heart inside that totem.
What does it mean?
They're channeling the life force from that heart? The bag. The bag. The bag of holding. The one I've got. With the half wooden hearts.
As we look at that doll, what's left of it, and that heart slowly begins to turn. And harden into wood, still beating. As it does, Gale, you look up and you see a massive strike of lightning that hits the top of that mound and hinge. And as it does, you hear the sound of a massive boar. That heart held in our hand stops beating. Shrivels up black, necrotic. Gale, in the back of your head, you hear a voice.
Gorthok, Lord of Boars, Son of Lightning. I sense you in my presence. I will devour the essence of your soul and consume the spark inside you, girl.
I turn and look at Tormund and Dirakt. Apparently, we are in the company of the Lord of Boars. And he has been bestowed gifts from Talos. And he wants to consume my spark.
Well, let's use that spark to fry his hog ass then.
Well, he knows we're here. Guess we found what we needed.
Shall we say hi?
Gale like looks up at the mound. His eyes flare a little blue. Of course.
We ready for this?
Are we ever ready?
Good point.
Tormund reaches down to the side, picks up Stormbringer, and starts winging it around. Say when. Oh yeah, I'm looking at you.
Let's go. Pulls out his spear, his javelin. Starts going forward.
Direct. Let's go get us some.
Let's do this. As the three of us break through, running through that tree line, up through the first set of mounds, up to the second, we can see the storm up above us. Two acolytes of Talos on either side of Gorthok, the Thunderboar. This is where we will cut off this week.
I just like the vision of Tormund's big ass running like a really fat Thor through the woods with this hammer swinging in his hands.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Gorthok the Thunderboar, Lord of the Boars. Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, fuck. I mean, come on.
Lord of Boars.
Oh, and 2 acolytes too, just because why not?
Yeah, because I mean, you don't think he's gonna step in there alone, do you? Of course not.
Somebody had to summon him. So the risk reward. They had plenty of time to summon Gorthok.
Oh boy.
While we were screwing with the dolls, they had time to summon Gorthok.
No, it's the ice wall mechanic. There's 3 different scenarios that come out between what you choose. Actually, there's 4. There's 4. There's either side, there's going over the top, and then there's cutting through.
Out of those 4, which one takes the most time?
What we did.
Of course.
What we did. 100%. 100% what we did.
That is true to form Tormund's Quest nonsense right there.
But it's also the safest.
Well, yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to do was get into a fight at either end of that nonsense
And get stuck behind the wall.
Yeah.
There's a real chance somebody gets stuck behind the wall. It's a death sentence.
Wow.
You can imagine how that could play out. Somebody's not able to get out.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get into an active retreat, yeah. At least we know we've got a path that we came in through.
We should have gone underneath the wall.
That's what chat was saying. Go underneath the wall, man. Yeah, where's
Big
our
brain plays?
Our level 16 druid with earth elemental form wasn't there to bail us out. However, you do have a water one. We don't have an earth. We got a water one.
That is true, and I was like, not helpful here. I was like,
he could show up and make a lot of mud.
Yeah. He'll like come out and just be like, I'm cold. Freeze. It's just like, that's it. Cool.
Dude.
Old dick.
Chat, can you guys give Radio a round of applause for
dude,
for his RP at the fireplace tonight?
Oh my god.
Dude, shit wasn't planned. It was all just provoked.
I
was sitting here trying not to cry.
Hey, your tears are real.
It's awesome,
so good,
man.
Dude, so good. You went there. That was so good.
Tormund's a lot more emotional than Hister. Hister's, he's got a hard shell over the top of it. He would never do that, but Tormund's kind of like a raw nerve. Tormund's not afraid amongst his trusted friends to kind of let the curtain open up a little bit. I mean, he's gone there twice and let his insecurities be known to Dirakt. Now it's Dirakt and Gale.
I mean, I sat there going through my head, like, what do I say here? And I can't fathom. Gale's like, I have no words for this, right?
Well,
So
you would do like you would normally do, like you sit there. Like everybody's been to a sleepover where your best friend's getting their ass chewed or something emotionally happens. What do? You just
sit there. Yeah.
You sit there kind of like like a deer in headlights a little bit, I thought you did exactly what Gale would do, which is, okay, how's this going to play out? And Dirakt was the right blend of kind family member, but still firm in bringing reality present.
Yeah.
It was different than the last time when I slapped the shit out of you in the mine. But that was because you made a boneheaded emotional decision. This was saying how you felt. And while it might not necessarily be the accurate portrayal, it's still your reality.
Difference between truth and emotions.
And it was out of nowhere. I was caught off guard, and I was just like, "Oh shit, we're going there." Oh man!
Welcome to whiskey around the campfire.
Yep. There's nothing gonna bring out that raw nonsense like having a little bit of booze and hanging out at a place that feels a little too comfortable.
Oh man, yeah. I've screamed at my father around the same campfire, so I was loving it. The only thing I regretted was having to be in character as Dirakt while it was going on. I couldn't just sit back and watch. I had to actively participate how he would, which was very much making sure to counteract you going and saying something too far. Since he has fought with your father, he's balancing that edge of being a
dad and being a provider,
being an adventurer with you, and also being, someone who's fought with your father. He's put in a very interesting position there where he is fought to the death with both of you.
Man.
So he's trying to, his whole deal is when he stepped up to take this is somehow mend this bridge because he could.
Was so good. I was just eating it up and was just like started thinking about everything and was like, man, I'm going down this journey with you, dude. That was so good.
Oh,
thanks guys, friggin' love you.
I'm so glad. I picked out one new piece of music tonight and I was like, oh my god, it was perfect for a couple of scenes tonight. And it kind of defined the episode, and I was very happy about it.
Man.
Those cards that came in gave that perfect. Now that site, now it's a wholly consecrated site.
Yeah.
And
that's the true base camp of this campaign.
And that's because the community members made it that way. Like we have. For the most part, that was someplace we ate beans and farted. For a long time, we've made. Yeah. We were gonna make BLTs there this last time. That was gonna be maybe the extent of it, but because of your interaction, it made it something so much cooler. And you challenged me to go, well, how do I pull a magic item out of my ass? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, all right, man, maybe I can find something over in this creek. And I'm like, oh shit, man, we just pulled items out of the water. And then I rolled and it pops up. Oh God, I'm pulling a shield out of the water. Oh, hell, we just did this. We just did this.
It's already happened once. How
we just did this. Yeah, how are we gonna do this again? So then I'm sitting there, and in my mind, I'm seeing the scene out in front of me. I'm seeing that water, and I look in the reflection, and I get those Lady of the Lake vibes, and I'm like, oh man, what a great. This could be, this could be one of our little Legend of Zelda zones. This is a Master Sword zone. This is a Heart zone. This is perfect. It's one of those little portals into the Feywild that exists anywhere where there is pristine nature. And it felt right because we had taken care of this site. It was something that was special to us, and it had all that camping vibe for us, that it was a site that we wanted to take care of and preserve. So it made sense that we were being given these gifts by these nature deities, and I got to flavor whatever came out, which was so funny. You rolled a freaking giant strength belt again. You dude, it's crazy. He's dead. You now have that on two of your three characters. These
Amazing
damn-
how it all runs in the Faust family, that extra giant strength.
Yeah.
as soon as you told me what to plus on my strength, I went, wait a minute, that's fucking belt of giant
That's a
strength.
belt of giant
That
strength.
sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I know that.
Belt of giant strength. I had to re-roll Gale's because you end up getting another staff, and I was like, "Nah, I can't. You just got one. You just got. You got that one." So I re-rolled another one, and it popped up perfectly with Ioun Stone. I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome. Yes, you can absolutely use this." And you know, I made it a polished, you know, a little polished river stone.
No, and it was a good time
Flavored
to what had happened, like right even before I joined the campaign, right? And like a little bit of the history, right? And like there's a tie in there, it's so rich, and we are trying to restore that balance. So I thought it was like really well put together. It was a great scene.
It was a cool scene that gave the episode a greater purpose.
And now I don't think I'll ever look at this campsite the same, with both what Radio did and what Tormund did, and then the river. Like I don't think I'll ever come back to this campsite and just think, all right, we're plopping down at our spot. Like it's so good. And chat, like, ugh.
I love it because now every time we go down to get water, it's an experience.
Yeah.
And if that area gets fucked up, so help me God.
Little bit of thunder, little bit of light.
Hey, it may evoke some deities from the Fae to come out and help us correct this bullshit here in Phandalin.
Man,
I don't know. In the back of my mind, I feel that there's something that's going to happen that's going to push us over the edge. At some point in time, something is going to make this group very angry. And whatever that moment is, I think hell have no fury. Because a lot of it's still investigation, trying to find out. But this has been the first, like, the real concern about where's our Conan? We're worried about our Conan more so than almost anything else. I'm excited to see that play out. Like, I want to see Gale's righteous fury so bad. Like that channel. We've seen it defending himself to some extent, but some real rage is going to be interesting whenever we take a little bit of loss.
I'm scared for everyone when that happens.
Yeah,
Because Kale is literally emotion storm, and
Just say hell hath no fury like Gale Emotion Storm.
yeah.
No! I hate all of you!
yeah, except for a lot scarier.
Hey, but you guys know what's up with the totems now. You guys know what's up with the totems. Those are sacrifices.
Oh, the creepy little dolls.
Oh, the hearts. Because remember, we found those hearts in a bag of holding that I got before we got into an encounter.
I remember that.
Yeah.
What was that?
It takes the hearts to conjure these thunderboars from Talos.
And that was a creepy, by the way, super creepy imagery. Oh yeah, here's all these dolls, and I'm like, what the? I'm out. I'm done. Let's go back to the wall.
It's very
good.
It's very True Detective, right? You know, it's and those dolls, by the way, extended the full circle. There were beating hearts on every tree around that mound that all half froze to wood and then stopped beating as it consumed that life force, conjuring it in to this time Gorthok.
Wow. Crazy.
So any other pathway getting around this, it's a start of this ritual. We're on the completion.
But like you said, risk reward. There's no telling what we would have ran into at either end, which could have slowed our progress. So
I'm not a big fan of getting stuck behind a 60-foot wall of ice. Not a big fan. So yeah. I'm glad you guys chose what you chose. That's could be.
You know what? No regrets. I think we made the right decision.
Yeah.
For the fight we're in. If we're gonna fight a giant freaking Thunderboar god and its acolytes, then I'm glad we're doing it on a full rest with all of our spell slots and a couple of temporary hit points.
Oh, our temps are gone.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, our temps are gone.
But a full rest.
And all of our hit points.
Actually, you have no spells.
The extra tip points got us through carving that fucking hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I just love that it's like, once again, I gotta fight lightning with lightning.
Well,
dude, it's gonna be brutal. Your whole arc and this group that wants you to be a part of them. It's
like, let me just not do any damage to you, and let's not do any damage to me, and we're just gonna be a noodle fight.
By the way, when you were moving around and you like perfectly blocked your chair, it was like you were flying around in the storm. Oh, dude, I love it. I love it, man. Great session. Oh, I love it so much. It's very hard to do, man. Those are very hard to do, and I love them because I get to play with talented folks. And I hope you guys out in the audience understand that you guys can sit down at the table too, and you don't necessarily have to roll a whole lot of dice or get into any combat to tell a story. And there was a lot of storytelling.
I think I rolled like 3 times tonight.
Beautiful thing.
I don't think I rolled my physical dice at all. Everything was off my D&D Beyond sheets. That's 2 nights in a row. I've gone no physical dice and just sheet rolled everything. It's been great. It does all my tallying for me. Tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow's going to be more complex.
I'm pretty sure the magic item I got today is the nicest shit I've ever gotten in my life in D&D.
What was it?
It's disadvantage on magic attack roll against me.
Spellguard shield.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, well, I mean, that table that Sin was rolling on, I don't want to know how many cards he disenchanted to create 10 of those, but that's the table underneath Deck of Many Things.
It was
Table H.
1 in 5 that I think he nailed on that with as many cards as he played.
No, it's 1 out of 10.
It was 1 out of 10, so he rolled 20 cards and got 2?
Yeah. No, he rolled 10 of those bad boys.
And he got 2 of them.
No, I made up the other one.
I got it. Okay. Shit.
No. He got 2, and I gave him the Gale was the bonus third. So yeah, he got 2 out of 10, and then I went ahead and just made it because I wasn't gonna give us items.
Thank you, DM.
You're welcome.
Sorry, you get nothing from the lake, lightning boy. You go away now.
It is okay. I can just buy it later.
Yeah. Oh man. But guys, join us tomorrow as we fight for our lives
Yes.
in Game of Saving Throws. I wish that was like in 30 minutes right now, because dude, I'm ready. I hate rolling into combat right before I leave, because it's like that. It's a little bit of fight or flight, like us running up the hill. I'm ready to go, but I know better than even trying to roll initiative, because I can't stop myself from myself. I'll be like, hey guys, let's go another hour. What do you think about that?
It'll be
another.
It'll be 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be sitting here going, no, bro. My kid's gonna wake me up in 2 hours. No, I can't do it. I can't do another round, please. No,
we're about to get to Cryovane. It's fine. It's just like
I know. I want to play with the bodies.
You want to talk about emotional? What's gonna happen during and whatever happens through that fight? Like
So I will say this in chat. I will be there tomorrow lurking. I have a Corsair D&D stream that I do every Friday night, so I can't fully commit to watching, but like I'm able to jump in and out and listen at times, and it's just like the stuff happening on Friday. If you're not here tomorrow night watching, like I don't know, like this is going to be a cultivation of so many crazy things. There are going to be little tears, probably cried.
Yeah.
Shit's going down. It's going to be amazing. So #ad if you want. But come here tomorrow night.
Gale the hype storm.
Yeah.
I don't want to cry because I cried in that campaign at the end of last week when Harshnag came back. All right. So you know what?
Spoilers.
Take this on your way out. All right.
Dude, I cried the week before, so it's just gonna be game on.
You made me cry twice in a week.
Welcome to therapy, bitches.
And
be good to each other. And remember, keep washing your damn hands.